Hey guys, my name is Greg Brannon. I'm with Chalked Up Box League. We're here today to talk to Claire Arnold, the owner of Real Change CrossFit, about her gym, about their recent expansion, and about what makes her tick. So yeah, thanks for having us.
Yeah.
We'll get into the questions here. First off, tell us how you got into the sport of CrossFit.
I moved here in 2015, and I was going to Planet Fitness because I didn't know of any gyms or anything around, and I had never done CrossFit at the time. Realizing that that was not where I wanted to be, I had found a CrossFit gym in East Nashville, and I found a Groupon actually for them, and my sister basically said, I'll purchase it for you for a month as your birthday gift. And not knowing anyone or where this was, I realized it was a 30-minute drive from my house, but I was committed, and I went, and I almost didn't go because I got lost, and I called, and they thankfully answered and kind of guided me here, and I was super nervous being by myself, almost backed out, showed up, and basically did it for the month, and ended up just joining because I found that I liked the intensity of it. I'm very competitive. I played sports, high school and middle school, and so it kind of was like my niche, and I needed that community of motivation, people to work out with you. Doing it by yourself in Planet Fitness is, you're done in about 0.2 seconds, and kind of like, what else do I do? So I started in 2015, and then I kind of took a break, and then I got back into it 2017 here, when the previous owners were here at Real Change, and then just kind of fell in love with it, got addicted.
I think you said something interesting in the very beginning. You were committed. You feel like that's a big part of the CrossFit community, and understanding. Some people from the outside looking in may look at some of our workouts or some of the stuff that we do within these walls and think we're insane or we're a cult. How big do you think that commitment plays into the CrossFit culture and being part of that CrossFit community?
I think I think CrossFit has that name or look of being a cult, but in reality, what else do you commit to in life? I mean, you commit to your job every day, you commit to a relationship, you commit to, your daily routine, and so I think CrossFit's no different. You're basically just saying, I'm committing to a healthier lifestyle, I'm committing to basically trying to meet new people and hang out and have a good time, detox my day, and so, it can look like it's intense. It is, but it's based on the level of commitment that you give to it when you show up. And I think that's kind of misinterpreted by a lot of people.
Agree. What made you decide to put a gym on it?
So I am very much of a don't put baby in a corner personality, and I think I just was looking for a challenge back in 2019. I have a corporate job that I still do, have been with for 4 years. And I think I just got to a point where I wanted to do something for myself and venture out. I had been a part of this gym for 3 years and loved the community, loved working out every day, found that it's a great detox for me, just wanted to be an encouragement to other people. And I think I just kind of realized, it wasn't like some people have that desire, I want to coach and I want to be leading a class, and mine was I want to do more than that and be a place that people feel like they can come and feel like they're at home. And I felt like the way my personality is, I'm an IT project manager, and so I know how to manage and I know how to run from the back end and handle a team of people. And I thought there's just got to be more to that than a corporate setting, a 9 to 5. And with my passion and love for fitness, I basically thought maybe this is the chance and the opportunity, and had no idea how to do that. And went home to my husband and said, hey, I want to quit my job and I want to do something else, and I would love a 5-year plan of owning a gym. And he supported it.
Awesome. It's interesting. Kind of based on what Chalked Up was founded on, and we talk about community a lot, and I think it's one of those words in the CrossFit community that just kind of gets tossed around. understanding that feeling of home and building a community that's sustainable and supportive. As a gym owner, how do you feel like you get to cultivate and affect that community here at Real Change?
I think you're basically making it about the members. Like you're not making it is a business. You're owning something and you're managing it. But it's saying remove the business aspect and making it about the finances and the upkeep and just saying it's literally a home away from home of where I can just come in, I'm myself, I can work out in my leisure, I have someone guiding me and encouraging me, I have people around me, and I think that's kind of you're comfortable in your home, you're comfortable around the people that make your home, so you should have that same feeling when you walk in the door to a gym, and knowing there's no judgment, there is no, we're friendly and we're competitive, but like, we're gonna encourage each other at the end of the day.
Sure.
And almost to where you don't want to leave because you just are enjoying the environment so much. And I think I just feeling that from jobs that I've been in and friendships that I've had and knowing the importance that impact leaves on people. And I just wanted to transfer that to ownership and making the gym feel like that.
Hardest, best, most challenging part of gym ownership?
Hardest part would be probably managing it in my day job, honestly. It's, if I could be in here and doing this full time, I would in a heartbeat. Knowing I'm not there yet, I think it's just making sure, it's more of the hardest part for me is feeling like I'm doing everything I should be for everyone and trying to help us be successful and make sure our members are happy and our coaches are happy and that no one's getting burnt out, myself included, but also knowing that it takes so much work and effort on a daily basis to keep it growing. And so I think the hardest is just saying that time management of making sure I'm giving just enough, if not more, but also not missing the important things in that either. And that kind of rolls into the best part because the best is literally getting to be the owner and seeing the joy on people's faces when they're in here working out and like when they, hit a cool lift or they do something new they've never done before, regardless of their fitness journey and what they've done. And I think it's just, that's literally what makes me continue to do what I do is just hearing and seeing their excitement and their love for being in here. And so it kind of negates the hard back end of owning it and running it, the business piece, which is very hard and I'm learning and I'm not perfect and this is all new for me as I go, but wouldn't trade it.
Well, I think there's something to that, right? When your membership knows, on the front end you have this all-encompassing position, this corporate job that you're doing, but then you're also hustling and building this community, growing the space, and you guys just recently more than doubled the new space, right? And so I think it's an interesting piece to that community and understanding from the membership that just exactly how much hard work goes into what some people might consider like a fun thing to do, which is the reality of, yeah, sure, you're here and you're encouraging and you're cultivating the community, but at the same time, there's probably a lot of hours that are spent in the office figuring out new opportunities and what's it going to cost and how to balance the budget sheet, all of those things that come with actually running a business that aren't as accessible to those on the outside. So I think it brings a new appreciation to kind of hear that and understand that is gym ownership as rewarding as it can be is also a challenge.
Yeah. And there's a lot of hours that go into it and you really handle that on the back end that people don't see and you don't want them to see it. You don't want them to
that's not
see
part of the experience.
Right. And so that's the hard part is kind of maintaining and knowing like I'm gonna have days where I'm stressed and like I'm exhausted, but knowing also at the end of the day like it was worth it and it's worth the journey no matter what.
So speaking of challenges, let's talk about how COVID-19 affected Real Change CrossFit.
Well, we took over ownership February 1st, 2020 when we reopened the space as the new owners, and of course the pandemic hit literally in March. So we were only open, a month and a half, and we had 13 members, and we were like on the fast track of growth. We were like, yes, like we kind of knew where we would be, within the year, and thought we would kind of be able to pay things back that we put money into. That's the whole goal, right? You're paying back the debt of owning a gym.
Sure.
And then when the pandemic hit, we had to shut down for 2.5 months, and we obviously didn't want to charge our members. No one's in here, so why pay? And so we really kind of just thought, okay, we're not going to give up because this is the goal and the dream, and how do you make it work? And we had just hired our head coach, and he moved here specifically for this job and was brand new and new to the area. So there's a lot of factors in that, and so and just saying financially, how do you sustain that when you come back, if you get to open up again, because we didn't know. And we actually got to open Memorial Day of last year, and just very, very thankful and blessed that our members wanted to come back and were ready to. And we slowly grew, but we've never gotten any financial relief. So it's been, you see this expansion, and it's like, you would think, oh, okay, so you're doing well. Not at all. Financially, no, but there's just been blessing along the way to make this happen, and this is what's going to help us grow. But it was more so just, how do you hunker down and put in the sweat, blood, and tears to keep this place open? Partly because we know that because of the pandemic, people want to get out and get back to being healthy, and that was kind of the driving force to say we're not going to shut down. Like, we're not going to get to a point where we can't sustain it, even if we have to put in personal time and money to make it happen. And that's what we did. So it's a blessing in disguise, I think, because during the time we were shut down, we had some people come in and train with us, and one of them, she ended up becoming a coach for us, and then we got to make new friends, meet new people. That was around the time I met you, and we kind of grew on that. And so I think I more so want to say, look at all the positives and the change that happened than saying, man, we got shut down. We're still here, so we made it.
Yeah, I think it's interesting, and you talk about the introduction of you and I, and just to let everybody know, Claire and I met through Box League, and she competed in our first year. We didn't know each other at all, but I think we through all of this fitness and pandemic and planning and having conversations about how do we do this, how do we do that, and a real partnership has kind of created out of that. I can say that it's one of those scenes where you look at the pandemic and you say, man, look how it's real easy to say look how bad this was. I think you're right in the fact that a lot of positives came out of it, a lot of new relationships, a lot of new ideas. It gave people some time to contemplate and really think about what was important to it. And I think as we see the country opening back up, you really see it through your membership and growth. Like, you see people do have that mindset of, I want to get back out, I want to be healthy, I want to get into an environment like this. And I can speak for myself and experiencing the community and the experience here at Real Change CrossFit, that it's definitely something that people, I'm sure, as you guys continue to grow and expand, want to be a part of.
Yeah.
Let's talk about the space. What are the goals now that you've gone from 1,000 square feet to what?
Probably 2,300 square feet.
Yeah.
All the goals. We've obviously been able to add some equipment in there, which has been a huge help. I think the goal is just to help us grow, and obviously from a business standpoint, financially to help us out, right? And you get members in here, and that helps generate the income, but it's really just to pay it back into the space, into what we've built, so that we can stay open and survive. And so I think for us, it's never been about profit. It's never been about that's why I still have a day job. It's not about this is what's gonna help me make money. This is literally I want more people to be able to come in here, and I want the physical space for it. We were only fitting 9 people per class, and now we can have 16, and everyone has their own piece of equipment, everyone has their own space, and you're not on top of each other. And that really does make or break someone staying or leaving.
Absolutely.
And some people prefer really small, some people like big. it's kind of like that happy medium, and you've got so many class options to choose from that you can still have that smaller environment. And I don't want to lose the impact of our coaches still being able to give good one-on-one attention to every member, but at the same time it allows us to bring people in, meet new people, build the community, do things like we're doing with you and host a competition in here, have the space, and that's huge. And that also brings other people from other places into the space, and it's other CrossFit gyms getting to know each other and building that, which is crucial because we're our small little area.
Right. Yeah.
And I think it breaks that, view of what CrossFit is. And I don't want it to look intimidating when you come in. I want it to feel like, man, I can come in here and crush some goals, get done what I want to do, and I don't feel claustrophobic. I don't feel like I can't do something. And so I think the goal is, of course, we want to have more members and we want to grow it and see how far we can go. But I think the goal as of right now is just give our members what they need and want, which was the space.
So we'll finish this one off. Last question of the day. What do you feel makes Real Change CrossFit unique?
I think I know we use the word so much, the community piece of it, but I think our members and how intentional we are is what makes it different. We like to compete. That's partly why people join CrossFit. They're competitive nature. I'm very competitive, but I think, and so some people really want to come in and become this elite status, and some might want to go to the games, or some just want to be able to be on the top tier, and that's great. But I think the message that we're trying to give here is that literally, like, what is on our walls is real change is constant, and I think it's what makes that unique is reminding people when they come in, like, you are constantly changing, you're constantly growing in every part of your life. So make this just as important. And so my goal as an owner and our coaches is to make those members feel individually important, like every constant piece of growth they're doing is worth it. And so I love having on the board, we do monthly PRs. And it can be like, you never got a pull up and you got one. You never did a double under and you got one. It's the smallest thing. Your run time got better. It's not all about a heavy weight lift, but it can be anything. And it's kind of cool to see how that is transpired throughout our members, and they are just celebrating each other because of it, and they are becoming, there's no cliques, there's no, single out people, like everybody is one unit here. And my goals were no drama, no cliques, and come in here, have a good time. You say hey to someone when they walk in, you call them by name, you recognize them, recognize everyone's small or big victories. And I think that is a crucial piece that can get missed in CrossFit Gym when you come in with a mentality of, I've got an ego, I'm coming in here, I'm gonna lift heavy, I'm gonna outshow everybody. And I'm more of, you stay humble, you come in, you remove your ego at the door, and you just come in and have a good time. And I think that's, honestly, from people that have come in here, not joining this gym, they're a member somewhere else, that's probably some of the main comments that I've gotten, is they can see that we're very community focused and we care about our members first and foremost before we care about how much weight we put on the bar.
Awesome. Well, thanks so much. I can tell you that from an outside perspective, and not being a member of Real Change, but having worked out here and built a relationship with you guys, I can see the intentionality that you put behind what you do. I definitely feel the community vibe that you guys have built here in my dealings here at the gym. I just lost my train of thought. So here's what's happening, guys. Chalked Up Box League summer season starts in July. Real Change is going to host the entire thing this season. So we're going to do 3 weeks here at Real Change CrossFit, July 11th, July 18th, and July 25th. If you're in the area, if you're not in the area, if you want to drop in at a new box, if you want to try out a new place, stop by. I can assure you that Claire and her staff will take care of you. Also, feel free to come by and watch the competition. What we're doing is changing the community, building those bridges. They've been an integral part of helping us grow our brand, which is why we are here today to help help them grow there. So Claire, I really appreciate you having us. It was a pleasure talking with you.
Yeah.